Hello, my name is Stuart J. Murphy. I'm the author of the I See, I Learn series. I See, I Learn is a series of books that teach social, emotional, health and safety, and cognitive skills to young children. You know, we've been in a pretty difficult period, especially those of us who work with young children. Teachers and parents have had a hard time because we've been doing a lot of our classroom work at home in a very different environment and have not had the resources available to us. And guess what? The kids have had a hard time too. It's been very difficult for them, particularly in the area of their social and emotional lives. So I think it's really important that we not only maintain but build up the social emotional skills of our young children. I think there's a lot we can do with that. For example, I have a number of books in my series that deal with those skills. One of them is called Camille's Team. Camille's Team deals with the very important skill of cooperation, how you cooperate with others. And cooperation might happen in a digital, in a virtual way, or it might happen in a real way in a classroom setting, or within a family, or within a classroom, within a group of friends. And this particular book deals with a group of kids who are trying to build a fort in the sand at the beach. They're having lots of fun and they're kind of competing with one another, but then something happens and their forts don't look like forts, and one of them even gets washed away. And they decide they have to do something about it. Maybe they could cooperate. Maybe they could work together and build a fort together that would be a better fort than any one of them could do individually. And so they work together. They make a plan, and then once they make a plan, they actually work together. And while they're working together, they share the fun, and that teaches them how to cooperate. And you know, they build the biggest fort ever. And everyone who comes down the beach stops by and asks who built it. And they say, the Big Fort Team, that's us. Now at the back of this book, there are lots of visual organizers that you can go back to that remind you of big skills and some very important questions that you might ask children at the end of the story. Another book that is important as well is my book about building confidence. I mean, let's face it, during this period of time, a lot of kids have had their confidence kind of battered by everything that's going on around them. And I have a book called Good Job, AJ. And AJ is trying to learn how to throw a ball far and strong, and he wants to make sure that he can be a good ball thrower. But he has trouble building up his confidence. And he finds that if he has help from others, and if he has a belief in himself, that he can do it. In the end, he finds out that with the help of others, with his own things, the things he can do for himself, and the things that others and he can do together, that in fact he can build up his confidence. What I like about this story that's a lot of fun is at the end he says, "Good job, AJ," to himself. "Good job, AJ," said AJ. And you know, the artist added a special touch at the very end where AJ is painting his own self-portrait. And, you know, we can't forget the health and safety skills also, because let's face it, health is very, very important in this environment. And so I have a book called Happy Healthy AJ that's all about taking care of yourself and making sure that you eat correctly and that you do some exercise. And then there's Scrub It Up Carlos, which is about washing your hands. And we've all learned that washing your hands is a very important skill. So I hope you'll look at my books and consider which of those books might be very helpful for you in this time, in this difficult time. I hope you consider in any way you can, many ways to build up the social and emotional skills of your children. And please take a look at my website, because I think you'll find lots of resources that you can use as a teacher in the classroom, as a parent at home, or any caregiver that's working with young children today. Thank you for listening.